Good morning, students. Today we are learning a new topic 4.4 fossil fuels. In this lesson, we are discussing the following objectives. The first objective is to identify the common fossil fuels. Second objective is to describe the formation of fossil fuels. And the third objective is to differentiate between complete and incomplete combustion. First, we are discussing the first objective. What are the common fossil fuels? The most common fossil fuels are coal, crude oil and natural gas. Coal, crude oil and natural gas is known as the common fossil fuels. Now we are discussing the second objective, that is to describe the formation of fossil fuels. Here we are discussing the formation of coal. It is one of the fossil fuel. How the coal formation taking place. Over millions of years, in the absence of air, the heat and pressure caused chemical changes to take place, turning the plant remains into coal. It is seen in the picture. The picture 1, it shows there is growing plant. In the second picture, this plant, it is deposited in the soil. Then over millions of years, like this, so many plants are depositing and it goes under the soil. It can be seen in the picture, there is coal formation. This coal formation, it takes millions of years and it is taking place in presence of heat and pressure. We know inside the earth is very heat and there is also pressure. Due to this heat and pressure, inside the earth there are so many chemical reactions are taking place. These chemical reactions converts this plant remains to coal. And we can see the coal, it is formed very deep into the very deep from the surface of the earth. So the obtaining coal is difficult. The mining process is used for obtaining these coals. Why the mining process is using? Because it is the coal, it is formed very deep from the earth surface. Now we are discussing the formation of crude oil and natural gas. It is formed from sea creatures which died and fell into the sand on the sea bed. That means this crude oil and natural gas, it is formed from the remains of sea creatures. This also takes millions of years in the absence of air. The heat and pressure cause the chemical changes to take place, turning the sea remains into crude oil and natural gas. The process is same. How the coal is formed. Same process also here for the formation of crude oil and natural gas. But one difference you can find here. This is happened for the sea creature. So we will get this crude oil and the natural gas mainly from underneath of the oceans or the seas. It is clearly given in the picture. There are the dead remains of sea creatures. Then over more million years ago in the oceans, it is converted into crude oil and the natural gas. It also found under the level of the sea. It is very deep inside the sea. So the drilling method we used for obtaining this crude oil and the natural gas. This crude oil is also called petroleum. The petroleum is known as crude oil. Now we want to know What is the difference between coal, crude oil and natural gas? Is there any difference between these? Here, the crude oil and the natural gas, it is mainly a mixture of hydrocarbons. Because when you take crude oil and natural gas, we can see hydrocarbons. Mainly it is hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbons means it is a compound formed by hydrogen and carbons only. And only very small amount of other substances. But in case of coal, it also contains carbon and hydrogen, but it also contains one more element, that is oxygen. So coal is mainly carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Here also some small amount of other substance found, mainly that substance is sulfur. So this is the main difference between coal and other fossil fuels, that means the crude oil and the natural gas. We already learned about combustion of fossil fuels. We already learned what is combustion. The reaction of substance with oxygen to catch fire is known as combustion. Here we know the fossil fuels are used for combustion, or the fossil fuels are used for cooking, and it is used for running vehicles, and also it is used for running factories and all. Because of what? Because of the combustion process. If these fossil fuels it react with oxygen, the product formed is water, carbon dioxide and heat energy. And we know that the fossil fuels are mainly hydrocarbons. So we can write the equation as hydrocarbon plus oxygen gives water, carbon dioxide and heat energy. But after combustion we cannot see water and carbon dioxide. Why? Because we know the water is forming, but water in the form of water vapor. So it will escape into the atmosphere. The same way carbon dioxide also we know, this carbon dioxide also gas, so it is escaping easily to the atmosphere. But this carbon dioxide, while combustion taking place, we can see a black color fumes, in the form of black color fumes. It is escaped into the atmosphere. So finally we are getting only the heat energy from the combustion. This heat energy is used for running vehicles and used for cooking and also used for running the factory. Now we are going to the last objective, complete and incomplete combustion. There are two types of combustion that we did not learn, only the combustion we learned before. Now we are discussing about the complete and incomplete combustion. What is incomplete combustion and what is complete combustion? First we are discussing the complete combustion. If the combustion is with enough amount of oxygen, it is known as complete combustion. If the combustion is taking place, that time there is enough amount of oxygen, it is called complete combustion. And the equation for complete combustion: hydrocarbon plus oxygen, water plus carbon dioxide. One thing you have to remember in this case, when enough amount of oxygen is there, the product formed is water and carbon dioxide. It's incomplete combustion. Incomplete combustion means if the combustion is taking place without enough oxygen. That means there is no enough oxygen for combustion. That time also the combustion, the partial combustion, it is taking place, that is called incomplete combustion. And see the equation here also, hydrocarbon plus oxygen, water plus carbon monoxide is producing. That is the difference from complete and incomplete. Complete combustion means enough oxygen, so carbon dioxide is producing. Here incomplete means oxygen is there but it's not sufficient. So what is the product formed? Instead of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide is forming. Sometimes there is water and carbon also forming. The carbon in the form of fumes, it is forming. So that depends upon the reaction. If it is incomplete, there is two reactions possible. Either the carbon monoxide formation or the carbon formation is taking place. That is the difference between complete and incomplete combustion. So the main difference, complete combustion means enough oxygen. Incomplete combustion means not enough oxygen. The second difference is complete combustion means water and carbon dioxide is forming. Incomplete combustion means water and carbon monoxide or carbon is forming. So these are the main difference between complete and incomplete combustion. Now our third objective also very clear. Thank you children and have a nice day.